So what does it take to change the world in just 39 years? Seriously. Today, we're diving into the life and, more importantly, the timeless wisdom of Swami Vivekananda. He was a spiritual giant whose lessons on things like focus, compassion, and real strength are, I think, more important right now than they've ever been.
You know, this one quote, it just nails the journey of almost every great idea, and it totally captures his own life. He was ridiculed, he was opposed, and then finally, his message was embraced by the entire world. It's such a powerful reminder that sticking with it, that perseverance, is always the first step.
Okay, look at this timeline. One thing just jumps right out. He only lived for 39 years. 39. And yet, in that incredibly short time, he traveled the globe, he started a worldwide mission, and he left behind a legacy that we're still talking about today. So the big question is, how on earth did he manage to do so much?
So for anyone who's not familiar, who was Swami Vivekananda? Well, he was this incredible spiritual guru from India. He was the main student of the mystic Ramakrishna Paramahansa, and he was the one who founded the Ramakrishna Mission, which, by the way, is still a thriving organization today, all about service and spiritual learning.
His impact was just immediate. You can see it right from his first moment on the world stage. Picture this. It's 1893 Chicago, the World Parliament of Religions. They give him just 2 minutes to speak. He gets up and starts with these 5 simple words. My dear American sisters and brothers. And bam. The entire hall just erupts, giving him a 2-minute standing ovation. He had them before he even got to the first point of his speech.
So where did that power come from? It all started with a really simple, basic principle: compassion. And the best way to understand it isn't through some big lecture, but through a small story from when he was a kid. It really tells you everything you need to know about his character.
So one day, his mother asks him to grab a knife from the kitchen. When he brings it back to her, he's holding the sharp edge of the blade himself, making sure to offer her the safe wooden handle. Just a tiny little gesture, right? But it's so significant.
And when his mother saw this, she was just deeply moved. She knew right then and there, my son, you're going to help a lot of people. This little story shows that true compassion isn't always about these grand, dramatic acts. It's in the small, almost instinctual choices we make to put someone else's safety before our own.
All right, so compassion for others is key. But Vivekananda also taught the importance of focus for yourself. And this next lesson is illustrated perfectly by a story about a man who came to him totally desperate to find the path to success.
The man explains that no matter how hard he works, he just can't seem to get to where he wants to be. So instead of giving him some abstract advice, Vivekananda gives him a really simple task. Take my dog for a walk, and then we'll talk. The guy was probably a little confused, but he agreed to do it.
When they got back, Vivekananda pointed out that the man wasn't tired at all, but the dog was completely wiped out. The man explained, well, yeah, I walked in a straight line, but the dog was running all over the place, chasing after everything it saw, zigzagging back and forth.
And right there, that was the lesson. Vivekananda explained that so many of us live our lives like the dog. We have a clear destination in mind, but we get distracted by every little thing, chasing a dozen different goals at once, and we just end up exhausted without ever really getting anywhere. His point was so clear. Focus is everything.
And that story, it's the perfect real-world example of his most famous call to action. This isn't just about waking up in the morning. It's about waking up to your real purpose and then going after it with this relentless, single-minded focus.
This kind of clarity, this purpose, it also shaped how he interacted with other people, which brings us to his third great lesson, a profound respect for women. And you can see this perfectly in this one fascinating story from when he was teaching abroad. So, after one of his lectures, a foreign woman came up to him. She was just completely blown away by his wisdom, his intellect, so much so that she actually asked him to marry her. His response was just brilliant. He calmly replied, I'm a monk. I can't marry. But if you're so impressed by me, please make me your son. That way, my vows as a monk stay intact, and you will have a son with the qualities you admire. Hearing this, the woman literally fell at his feet. She was so overwhelmed. She immediately recognized him as a true man of God, someone who just couldn't be swayed from his principles. The story is a beautiful way to understand one of the core ideas of his philosophy, this deep, unwavering respect for all women. And that deep respect definitely extended to his own spiritual guide.
So this fourth lesson is all about the incredible value of having a guru, a teacher. And his relationship with his own teacher, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, was just a masterclass in what devotion really looks like.
I mean, he dedicated his entire life to his guru's mission. During Ramakrishna's final illness, he took care of him day and night, even when his own family was having money problems. And get this, to teach a lesson in humility, he even took on the job of cleaning his guru's spittoon. Through acts like these, he showed that every act of service, no matter how humble, was a sacred duty.
Okay, this brings us to his final lesson, and it's all about perspective. It's about combining that deep wisdom with a little bit of wit. You see, he was a very deep thinker, but he also understood that sometimes strength can be delivered with a smile.
Here's a great story. He was once dining with a foreign officer who tried to insult him. The officer said he wouldn't eat where a pig and a bird sit together. Without even skipping a beat, Vivekananda calmly replied, "So you mean I should fly away?" The whole room burst into laughter, and he just completely diffused this tense, offensive moment with pure intelligence and humor.
Really, when you look at all these stories, they're all held up by a few simple, powerful ideas that he lived by. Like, think, don't just worry. Do one thing at a time and put your whole soul into it. As long as you are alive, learn. And this one's my favorite. See the world as a gymnasium that's designed to make you strong. On his final day, he just followed his normal routine. He meditated for 3 hours and then peacefully left his body. His last recorded words were really a testament to the scale of his own life's work. He said it would take another Vivekananda just to understand what this one had accomplished. And that brings us right back to this final thought. What if we saw every challenge, every single struggle, not as a setback, but as an exercise, as a chance to grow stronger? That, right there, is the legacy of Swami Viveka. It's a challenge to see the world and to see ourselves in a completely new light.